Hello everyone. It is Saturday the 25th of August 2018. It's been a full year and then some since I've done a video of our property and what's going on it. There's our beautiful new ginger boy, Dashy. Buddy! This is our amazing, beautiful ginger Mauser, who, upon his arrival about 2.5 months ago or so, took care of all the chipmunks and mice and rats that were around, and yeah, so we're like mouse free, and I haven't caught anything in traps in months. So last year, this is the back door here of our house, and last year all around here there was a big what do you call it, frame to a garage that we were trying to use for vertical stacking. That absolutely failed. We really didn't get anything of use there. So actually our house has been up for sale for 5 weeks tomorrow. And so this is pretty much going to be the last recording that I'm going to do on this property. So from last year, these were our potato towers that were, this one on this side here was brand new, and this one was kind of mishmashed together. So this year I didn't plant any potatoes because that was a fail as well. Although somewhere in here I tried to harvest something and I didn't really get anything of use. So, but something's trying to grow back this year. So I don't know what that's all about, but me, I throw composting and old leaf work in here. So this is what potential buyers are coming in and seeing as our upper yard. And the growing boxes are still here. These will be coming with us. So I've got a couple of, it's like very late August, so I've got some lettuce that I planted very late, which is still coming up. It's very dark out because it's actually going to storm again. We had quite a bit of a drought in July and way into the 40s, so we had quite a drought to the point where we had fire bans for several weeks, and then all of a sudden it just started storming and storming and storming and raining, and we'd get a couple of days of wet and a couple of days of dry, and we're supposed to get thunderstorms again tonight. So this is this year's little crop here. I'm still in the learning process of growing things. So this year I did 4 tomato plants and learned that we should put marigolds. They kind of work synergistically together. So, and it looks cute too when you've got flowers growing amongst. I think it helps to keep a certain type of insect off of your tomato plants. So everything has been in short supply for growing this year. Not sure why that is. You know, we've got a lot of coverage from the trees this year are insanely large, so got a lot of shade. And over here I tried to grow some eggplant, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but I actually got an eggplant, you can see it in there, to grow, and there's a second one to the left that's growing as well. An eggplant to me has always been a very finicky plant. It's a full sun plant, really hard to get them to grow, so the fact that I've even got a little one growing here is amazing. So I've been doing decluttering of our home for the last 2.5 years, and for the most part I'm done that. So we want to move, and we want to move with as little as possible. So the minimalist lifestyle is really working out well. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Every week I have a little bit less to clean, and when we have house viewings, it's a little bit less to tidy up before we show. So we've gotten rid of all of the woodwork that's been in there. Everything is stacked very tidy. So yeah, that's the framework here is gone. That's just a little bit of garden that's going on. That's just kind of sitting there because I'm going to get rid of that too. There used to be a huge pile of wood in here, And all that's left there now is a few railroad ties that were the base of the frame that I used to try the vertical stack gardening last year. It just didn't work out. So, and then we've just pulled out some weeds that is actually, you can see them in this direction here. It's goldenrod. So those are just going to dry up a little bit and they're going to get burnt in the ravine. So there's really nothing left. When we moved here, there was actually an entire shed there. So this chicken coop that was here has been sold off, and the people who bought the chicken coop, they couldn't take the little coop with them, so they left it behind. They didn't care about that. So I'm like, okay, fine. Well, I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it's a mild eyesore, but nothing compared to what we had last year. So over here, I did plant some peas late season. I don't think I'm going to get much out of that. Zucchinis, of course. Had a really fantastic bumper crop back here of blackberries. Absolutely fantastic. I made, I think it was 10 jars of blackberry jam. I'll never go through them all in the 1 year, but I'll have to give some of those away. And then I've got beans. These are all heritage. Everything that's growing here is all heritage. So, like, there's no GMOs. They're very old varieties. I look on, oh, here's a nice little bean here. This one's called the Provider bean, and they're a really well-growing bean. This wasn't here yesterday. Like, that's how fast they're growing. So they're a really good producer. So, yeah, there used to be last year a huge pile of wood sitting here. That's entirely gone, and Rose or Sharon is a little big for my liking, but now everything is kind of open. The flow is amazing. There isn't wood all over the place. The only thing that I might, we don't know exactly when we're going to be leaving or where we're going, but, little things as it goes along and the season's coming to a close. The stuff that's in here, all that dead stuff is going to come out and it's going to get burned. And we just had this huge pile of multiple of wood all over the property, and it was just hideous. So here we had a lot of and I'm hoping to transplant some of these blackberry bushes to wherever we land at. But see how this is like all open now? There was mosquito, right here. There was another chicken coop that was our summer coop. We keep the chickens down here in the summertime. And so that's completely covered over with nice grass. You'd never even know that there was a coop there. This is all we have left that we use for burning. But over there, I remember last year from watching my summer garden video, huge pile of wood. That's absolutely gone now. So it's just such a tremendous open space. I'm still finding in these places that look kind of patchy and orange that rusty nails and stuff that came out of some of the coops. We just burn the whole thing, and I figured, well, I'll just pick up the nails and brackets and stuff when it's done. So I'm still doing that. So yeah, just the open space is great. What's really sad though is that our trees that I bought last year they didn't come back this year. There were 3 of them. There were 2 apple. That one right there was a black cherry tree. That one didn't come back. And then all the way back here, this is 330 plus feet's worth of land that someone will hopefully get to inherit of and do something with. So here's the goldenrod here that we pulled out that was much taller up on the hill. But yeah, this is the creek that I'm not going to miss that, because all this section here, when we had the big, there's a previous video I did about the water everywhere, where the water levels were insanely high, and We literally had a big pile of old black walnuts up here, and basically the land just went boof, boop, and fell right down. So yeah, I mean, this tall stuff here, again, that's stuff that was down at the bottom, or pardon me, up on the hill, and that's all been pulled out. So hopefully new owners will do something with this down here. They're free to do with it whatever they want, but if I turn around now and I look up the hill, it is totally open, and kids can, like, I'm trying to make it kid friendly too, because our house is actually meant for a family. It is a 3-bedroom, 1.5-story house, not meant for an older couple. So I'm trying to, get everything tidied up, burnt, pick up any, there was 2 spots here where I did burning. So I'm kind of going through every time I come down and burn some old paperwork that I happen to find. I'll come over here and I'll look, and usually I don't have too much trouble finding a couple of nails or 2. Especially after a rain, it exposes some more steel work that I have not picked up yet. Let's see what I've got here. Wow, I actually can't find anything today. Amazing. And good, too. It means that it's finally... See, this is a little too orange over here for me not to think that there's something that's rusted in there. But overall, I've probably picked up about 5 to 10 pounds worth of nails and brackets. Here we go. No, that's not one. But yeah, that's been a big job. And here we go. Little stuff like that. I'm going to have to come down and pick that up later. But when kids go... Oh, here we go. There's another little bracket right there. I'll pick that out and put it here so I remember to pick that up. I want to make it kid-friendly, so if kids want to run around empty or barefooted, they'll be... Hey, Dashy! What a good-looking boy. Hey, here's your good-looking boy. He is so coming with us. And here we go. So we're going to go back up quickly this way. So this is as much a memory video for me as anything else. Just so I'll remember what was here, what we're leaving behind. I will be taking some samplers of some nice goldenrod there that I will maybe dig up, maybe not. The most important thing is curbside appeal and first impressions when you come in the yard, so that was important to get that cleaned up. There's just so much of it that I never understood this stone wall here, but it was always cute. And cutting this hill. What a pain. What a pain. So the other stone wall here, I never understood that either, so quite all right. I won't miss it. And I won't miss having us trying to cut grass on a hill. So here we are back up top, and whew, there's our 2 remaining barn and winded shed. This swing set actually is, so somebody comes into the yard, this is what they see. Whew, I'm really winded. This is the first view that they get to see. Very different from last year. So hopefully this will be the last time that we have to think about selling this house. We've done eave soffits and fascias were done this year, new front door. So this is literally us signing off from our home in southwestern Ontario and on the shores of Lake Erie, on to brighter futures, we hope.